Story. This is Gary. I have all of my guests on board. We're headed out to the Grand Canyon. I have 4 flyers and 2 hikers. Everything's all done. We're ready to go. Okay, bye.
You can't tell which one. Huh?
And the lake itself is about 125 miles long. It has about 200 miles of shoreline. And it's all a federal park, the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. This is still the good part of the road out here.
Yep.
Very slowly over time, and the river was able to cut out the channel. The wider it gets, as this material rolls in, rolls down, the river just carries it away, and the top keeps getting wider and wider. But the river never does get any deeper. It stays right there. So, what happened here, kind of an interesting story. In the 1860s, 1868, the first expedition to ever come down this Colorado River was commanded by Major Powell. He was a Union officer. He had fought in the Civil War, and he had lost his left arm at the Battle of Shiloh. So he was a big guy, and without his arm, you know, he was kind of a scary looking guy. Well, he was in charge of the first expedition. There were 30 men on the expedition. They had 3 rafts, and they came down the Colorado for the first time. His second in command was his quartermaster that had fought with him in the war. His name was O.G. Howland, and they called this the Quartermaster's Canyon, and it's named after that Howland guy because of what happened here. So they were outfitted. They figured it would take about a month to go through the Grand Canyon. They had enough supplies for that time, and they were in progress about 7 weeks. They were down here. They were approaching 2 months, and they still hadn't gotten through the canyon. So Howland and 9 of the other guys, they decided that they'd had enough of this, and they didn't know where they were, how much longer they had to go. Supplies were running out. They demanded that the rest of the supplies be divided up, and Howland and 9 other guys, they thought they could climb out of the canyon, get up on top here, and then just go somewhere. So that's what they did. The rest of the expedition stopped down there, and they watched these guys climb up. It took 3 days to climb up to the top up here on this mesa. When they got up there, they lit a fire as a signal that they had made it, and they took off cross country. The rest of the expedition continued, and within about another week, they realized that the mountains were getting lower, the river was getting wider, and they found themselves in the area where the Hoover Dam is today. They were out of the Grand Canyon. Ultimately, they found their way to Willow Beach. That was where they wanted to go, because that's where the steamship was going to come and pick them up. So they made it, went all the way around South America, back to New York, wrote about their adventures, and they always wondered what happened to the 10 guys with the quartermaster in command. Well, I imagine that they walked out of here pretty much the same direction that we came in, maybe along some of the same pathways, until they got out to Red Pass. They came down the pass, and 3 years after they left here, they were found by some travelers. They were all at the Music Mountains, all lined up face down, all 10 of them. The Indians got them right out there on that road. So they never made it. So in honor of that occasion, they call this part here the Quartermaster's Canyon. And when you go home, if you get a map of the Grand Canyon, you can often find Quartermaster listed as a little sub-canyon because of the historical nature of it. So if you do find it, then you'll know exactly where you were today. So this is it out here, Quartermaster's Canyon.